I think journaling has been the most helpful practice in my life, the most valuable way I've spent my time, because using those few moments to journal every day helps me make sense of how the rest of my time is spent and helps me look at how I want my time to be spent better or be spent differently. So I want to talk today about why I keep two different journals that I write in every day or almost every day, and perhaps share with you why you might want to consider doing the same thing. Here on this channel, I talk about practical wisdom for mindful living. Mindful living to me is living with an awareness of how you are living. So you can see how journaling would fit well with that. It's about taking time to reflect, taking time to pay attention to what's going on in your life, taking time to be aware of what's happening in your life so that you can live in a way that matches up with your values, matches up with the way that you want to live. So let me talk to you about the two different journaling methods that I use. And it might be that you don't journal at all and you're just wanting to get started. So I wouldn't tell you you have to jump in and do both of these. It might be that you do journal and you're looking for a more valuable way or you want to maximize what your own journaling practice looks like. Either way, wherever you're coming from, I hope you can take something from what my practice looks like. There are many ways to journal, and however you journal, I think can be beneficial, but I want to share with you these two, but know that I've also shared about other ways of journaling in some other videos in the past as well, and I'll link to those down below. So the first way I journal is one that I do every morning, pretty much, and that is what I call my daily pages. This comes from the idea of Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way book. It's where she talks about the morning pages. And The Artist's Way is like this 12-week, almost workbook to help you tap into your most creative self. And the core practice that she describes from the very beginning of the book is you sit down and you write 3 pages every day. Just you're unlocking, you're unblocking, you're just getting the words flowing out of your mind and getting them on paper. And so I first started this practice 25 plus years ago, and I've done it in fits and spurts. There's been times where I've been really faithful to it, and then there's times where there were months, maybe a year or two, where I hardly did it at all. The value of this kind of journaling for me is that it allows me to reflect on what I experienced the day before or in the days before and make sense of them. I often try to make sure that when I'm writing about these things, I'm just paying attention to maybe some of the feelings that I was having in the moment that I might not have noticed, or maybe some of the feelings that I'm having now, or maybe just what's so valuable about those moments that I want to capture, that I want to remember them and hold on to them. So that is, for me, what is called daily pages or morning pages. I end up typing that. I've heard about and read the studies about how beneficial it is to handwrite that. I just don't have the patience for handwriting. If you do, you're a fantastic person. You're probably a better person than me. But for me, I just like to type it because my mind goes too fast. And so almost every morning I sit on this iPad or I do it on my computer because I have a journaling app that kind of syncs between both locations. That's the morning pages. The second way that I do my journaling is what I call my daily log. It would be somewhat akin to the idea of bullet journaling. It was certainly inspired by a season where I did bullet journaling, but every day I just try to capture throughout the day a few key things. One of the first things that I write every morning, shortly after I do my daily pages, is I write my top 3 for the day. The top 3 are these are the 3 things that are going to happen today that are important to me. They might be tasks that I might need to do. They might be events that are notable and I'm excited because they're going to be a prominent part of my day. They might be nothing. Sometimes I just write in there, this is going to be a rest day. And that's going to be a checkbox for me to know that this is my focused goal for this day, is just to rest. Okay, so I write those 3 things. And then in that daily log, I write down, I try to write down what are things that I have planned or what are things that I did that engage with my heart, what are things that I did that engage with my mind, and what are things that I did that engage my body. And the idea is, what have I done in this day that engages my heart well? For me, I write down every day, how many words did I write in those daily pages? Because that's engaging my heart. Or if there's other things that engage my heart. I write down for engaging my mind, maybe what I read that day, maybe this article, maybe this thing that I watched, maybe these chapters from a book. How did I engage my mind? And then my body, my strength. How did I engage with taking good care of my body. What is the exercise I did that day? What did my sleep look like that day? I don't track my food. I should probably start tracking my food in there as well, because that's a big factor. But I don't. See, I'm learning from this video as well. And then below that, I just keep track of what happened during the day. I just like to take time and kind of capture a few highlights. Sometimes in the middle of the day, I'll think of something and I'll drop it in there real quick. Sometimes at the end of the day, it's looking back. Sometimes it's the next day, looking back at the day prior. But that just helps me hold on to what happened during a day or things that seemed notable. It's not just things that I experienced, but maybe this article that I thought was interesting. And I capture those in there because then they also give me something to look back at and refresh my mind even the next morning when I'm doing morning pages. So one of these is like this just free form daily pages writing time where I write more like almost like Dear Diary. I don't call it Dear Diary, but I do write about what am I experiencing and what am I thinking about it and feeling about it a little bit more. And I work out a lot of ideas that way. A lot of clarity comes to my life because I take the time in the morning to write those words. And then I have that log that is really much more practical. It's much more readily captured, but it also helps me to see how intentional I'm being with setting primary tasks or activities for a given day, and how much I'm living in a way that I consider to be healthy and well-rounded in terms of engaging with my heart, engaging with my mind, taking good care of my body. And I write all that down every day. So for you, I don't know what it would look like for you to incorporate one or both of these. You might already incorporate one. These are both very common styles of journaling. I've just found that it's beneficial to put the two of them together, and it's worth my while to take the time to do both. If you are looking to start journaling, here we are. We're about to enter into 2026. Maybe by the time I publish this video, it will be 2026. And maybe you're looking for some new habits to try in the new year. It might be too much to try both of these off the bat, but pick one and build a rhythm. Pick the one that makes the most sense for you or fits into your schedule the best. And then maybe work on adding the other down the road. Maybe you already have some kind of journaling practice, and maybe you want to consider one of these as well. Again, my name is John Chandler, and on this channel, I talk about practical wisdom for mindful living, and I'm really thankful that you took the time to watch this. I would be really thankful as well if you would subscribe to the channel, but certainly if you would hit the like button, or if you have your own thoughts to add, if you have questions about something that I said that wasn't clear, or you have your own journaling practice that expands on or is unique from what I've already talked about, drop that in the comments below. And if you're interested in more tools about practical wisdom for mindful living, I encourage you to visit my website, practicalwisdom.life, where I have a few courses, including a free kind of introductory course there for defining healthy rhythms for your life. Again, that's practicalwisdom.life. Thanks for watching.